Push P. Yeah, push P. Turn me up. Turn me up, P. Corners in the paddock, get my piece. Push P. Cop new hammers for my P. We don't want no.
Before we go to the trauma, I got another thing that I want to talk about that I actually just found out about actually. So there's this YouTuber I used to follow years ago that's pretty controversial, I guess you could say. Her name is Sanseree. I don't know if y'all familiar with her. I was familiar with her. She's kind of like a self-proclaimed love and relationship guru and health and wellness coach and financial coach and all these other kind of guru titles that I guess that she's given herself over the years. And apparently she passed away. She recently passed away. She passed away like 3 months ago now, I want to say. So that she passed away like 3 months ago. I only know Sansa from Game of Thrones. So Soncerae. So like she was real popular, like in, I would say probably about maybe 12-ish years ago. But I remember that the main thing that I remember from, because she was controversial, like in her views and stuff like that. Like most women would follow her because, she always promoting, loving yourself and, being the best version of yourself for, whoever comes. And she's very talented. She's very talented. She would sing, she could sing. She had a beautiful voice. She was a model at one point. I remember at one point she lived in Atlanta and she was modeling. She could paint. She could draw. She's an author. She's a poet. She wrote ebooks and, had them on Amazon and stuff like that. So, she was pretty well-rounded and pretty popular on YouTube, and especially like in like the Black YouTube spaces. But like the red pill community wasn't really feeling her because they took her as like being like, anti-male and stuff like that and bashing men. And in the beginning, I didn't really get that, because she used to be into it with like, she used to beef with O'Shea Duke Jackson. She used to beef with Tommy Sotomayor. Matter of fact, that's how I even know who she was, because Tommy Sotomayor was always dog walking her in his live streams and stuff. And so when I would, watch her, I was like, oh, okay, she's, she didn't seem bad. So I followed her for a good little while. But then it got to the point where I started to notice the cracks in the foundation, and then that's when I kind of had to give her the side eye a little bit, because it's like, how can you preach about, or try to teach people certain things about life and love and relationships and stuff like that when you're not even following what it is that you're telling everybody? Because I think what had eventually made me stop following her was that when she moved to Atlanta, because she was living in LA and then she moved to Atlanta. When she moved to Atlanta, she got with some guy. She started dating some guy that was married. He was still very actively married, still very much with his wife, got pregnant by him, and then somewhere down the line started blasting him and started dogging him in her live streams because she was mad because he wouldn't leave his wife. Well, baby, I don't know what you thought was going to happen. You thought that he was going to leave his wife and y'all was going to be this big happy family. So I'm like, you're moving, the way that you moving and the stuff that you preaching about ain't quite lining up. You're not practicing what you preaching, so it's like I can't take you serious. Now your credibility is shot, and so that's what ultimately made me stop following her. And this was like years ago, and she had kind of like fell off for a little bit, but then the pandemic came, TikTok was on the rise, and that's kind of like where she kind of like came back into the forefront. So then she got really, really popular on TikTok, even though I think YouTube was like still her main page. And I think what is the name of her page? The name of her channel was called Black Macho. I know I'm going all around the world. But anyway, I just found out the other day that apparently she passed away a couple of months ago, but nobody is talking about it. Nobody talked about it because I didn't even hear about it. It just so happened to come up in my algorithm. But a lot of people aren't talking about it because apparently they don't believe that she's dead. They don't believe that she's deceased, because apparently she's faked her death twice before in the past. So like this had to have been during the period where I wasn't following her, so I didn't know any of that. So apparently she faked her death in the past. She said she didn't fake her death, but then there was stuff going around that she had passed away before. And so now the news has actually come out that she actually did pass away. Her daughter actually posted a video on her channel confirming that. And then there were other videos that started to confirm it, but it's a lot of people that still don't believe it. A lot of people still think that she's faking, that it's fake, and that she's gonna come out in a few months and tell everybody it's a joke. But I don't know. After watching the videos that I did see, I'm starting to believe. Well, I think maybe she is deceased. The last time I seen a video from her had to been like maybe, I don't know, October or November of last year, and at that point she was living in a hotel. She was living in a hotel and live streaming every day from the hotel, begging people for money. That's like the last series of videos that I seen from her back then. Apparently they said she did it for attention. Well, she did it for attention or whatever, but I don't know. It's this YouTuber that I used to follow that was really popular on YouTube years ago. Her name is Sanseree. But I found a video. I was watching a little bit of this video earlier, and I wanted to play it because I'm like, if she actually is deceased, then that is really sad. That is really sad that now this is about to be your legacy. This is ultimately about to be your legacy. You're not remembered for all the good stuff that you did, but now you're being remembered for all of your craziness, and you apparently faking your death, and people not believing you, and you living in your hotel begging people for money. This is how people gonna remember you now. And so I wanted to play this video. Where is it? I had it. It's Soncerae. So it's Soncerae. Soncerae. Her name is Soncerae Monique. I think that's what her name is on TikTok, because I know she's popular on TikTok. But then her YouTube channel name was Black Macho. But here, let me play this video real quick. I thought it was interesting. It's messed up. If she actually is deceased, this actually is messed up. That it's I guess it's a case of like, you know, the boy that cried wolf. You done did it so many times, and now when something actually is wrong with you, now ain't nobody believing your ass. And yeah, it's just crazy all around. But here we go. So let me play this video real quick, and we'll give our thoughts on this. And this is from a YouTuber. I can't pronounce her last name, but her first name is Anika. I follow her too. I like her content as well.
Which I can know is bananas. I remember you here on YouTube when you faked your own death. So obviously something is wrong there. All right. So it ain't like I'm about to even risk myself, waste my time looking like a complete simp when you probably did all kind of stuff to that dude and nobody knows about it.
So that's the chick right there. That's her name. Her name is Soncerae. That's her right there. And apparently she passed away 3 months ago. And nobody believes it because she faked her death twice before. So now that she actually might be passed away, ain't nobody believing her.
The reality is, let's deal with your actions, your behaviors. The fact that you had so many men who wanted to be with you and marry you, you didn't work out with them. And then the first baby daddy you had, your first child is 21. This child is 4 years old. You're not with either man.
When I filed for government assistance because my son's father left me to die in a damn hotel.
Okay, that sounds like victimhood to me. Oh, and before we get started, this is the same woman that literally faked her death on TikTok. Just type in Soncerae Monique fakes her own death and you'll see it yourself. And she did it for attention. So you're telling me a woman that faked her own death, that isn't victimhood for attention?
She said she wants to be a role model for the youth. Ladies and gentlemen, if we believe that what people show us is what kids and everyone around us will go by more than what we say, then if she took her own life based upon what's going on the internet, if she took her own life based upon what's going on the internet, she just okayed it for young people to feel like it's okay to take your life because the internet is mean to you. You want to feel sorry for someone who comes from a community of Black people where we make fun of white people for killing themselves because they're weak.
And this is why I won't condemn Sanseree, even if she's faking her death again this time, because there's something else going on. I know that based on my own past that I have needed and still do need healing. I'm going to choose to have compassion. I honestly don't know what is going on.
And the chick right here, this young lady right here is apparently that's Soncerae's daughter. And so that video right there that she's showing, that's the video that's posted on Soncerae's YouTube channel now, where she's basically telling everybody that, yeah, her mom was brain dead. Her mom passed away because apparently she had a heart attack. She had a heart attack, and I believe she was by herself. She was alone. So by the time she was found, she hadn't had any oxygen for hours, for like damn near 12 hours before she was actually found. So when they got her to the hospital, and I actually watched this video that her daughter posted. So when they got her to the hospital, she didn't have enough oxygen in her brain. And had she actually survived it and made a full recovery from it, she would have been nothing but a vegetable. So that's basically the video where she's telling everybody that her mama passed away.
They say that on January 15th, 2026, that she took her last breath, but we don't know. So I'm going to play this video for you and tell me if to you this seems right. Look, Marry Rich, Laws of the Universe. So she has ebooks that are up there. Lady Lux's Lady Leisure. Let me see, what is this? Okay. You know, one of the things that really stands out to me is that Sanseree was perpetrating a fraud on her page with highly enhanced photographs, making her look a very different way than she actually looked in real life. Like, and then she has some AI photos of her and some man. And she has this whole thing is just very interesting. And my bad to the people who think that I seem insensitive. I honestly don't know what to make of this situation. I'll tell you why. I mean, so like this, who is this? Like if a person is not comfortable enough to be themselves, like be real, show their real body and not some AI generated version of themselves, right? what else is fake? I'm just saying that there is a pattern here. So we're going to look at the GoFundMe, then we're going to look at what other people have said. So this is the GoFundMe, right? And it's like, so someone is saying she has passed away. Has she? Has she? Has she passed away? That's the question.
A little more scandalous when a post was made on Soncerae Facebook saying that she had taken herself out of the game because of all of the bullying. Y'all, they posted a picture of Soncerae in a dress with them damn angel wings behind it, saying that she was dead. Well, they could never confirm that she was dead, and that was because she was still alive. And she never really addressed why she did that. She just kind of came back to social media like it never happened.
Her daughter put up a post, and the post she put up, she was laughing. I played it. I played the whole thing. Just scroll back in the video.
It was super freaking weird, man. So Sanseree has tried to come back to the internet many times. She would come back trying to give relationship advice. Then somebody would bring up that she was pregnant by a married man. She would try to give financial advice, and then people would say, hey, she's faking everything. She faked her own death. Soncerae had a core fan base that would support her, but not enough to support a luxury lifestyle. It appears over the last year or so, Soncerae had been living in hotels with her autistic son, who is now 7 years old. It seems that she never really had a steady job. Almost every other post on her Facebook, she was asking her followers and supporters for money. At one point, she was homeless, sleeping in her car until her car got repossessed. About 2 weeks ago, a post was made on her Facebook saying that she was found unresponsive. She had been without oxygen for 12 hours and that she had had some type of heart attack. And then they posted and said that Soncerae had died. Now, of course, people are skeptical about Soncerae actually being deceased since she has faked it before. But there is an obituary posted by a funeral home. But her daughter did post this video on YouTube saying that she did pass away after that medical event. She never really regained consciousness. And also that her autistic son had been taken by defects. They have a GoFundMe where they were raising funds to cremate Soncerae and also try to take care of the child. Now, even though all of this information is out there, people still don't believe that Soncerae is deceased. They don't believe that she died. There have been people that have been requesting her death certificate from vital records. They were calling up to the hospital trying to confirm that she died. I'm telling you, it's wild. I'm going to go ahead and keep it a stack with you. I think she really is deceased this time. And of course, here at the Black Accurate News, I send my condolences out to the family. I just think it's sad that, you know what I'm saying, her legacy is what it is. It's very, very sad. And I feel so sad about the child too. Do y'all know Soncerae? Y'all put your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you think. This is Double D Mo for the Black Accurate.
This time, nope, she be on my FYP under a different name. Why they say it? Let me see what date that other video was uploaded. Let's see the date this was uploaded.
I am Dominique or Dom.
What's the date of the video? Oh shit. What the fuck? The fuck, y'all. This video, if you see, this video was uploaded January 13th, 2026. Can you all see this, or do I need to make this larger? Let me see if I got a bigger screen than this. Oh, that's the bigger screen. Blurry screen. Just make it larger on your thing. It's she put up this video January 13th, 2026, saying that her mother had died. Look. This fundraiser was put up. The obituary says 1980 to January 15th, 2026. She said her mother died on January 13th. She uploaded a video saying that her mother had already died, that her mother passed away. And Tribute Archive says January 15th, 2026. Somebody is saying that she was brain dead. If she didn't have the official, if she was still being kept alive on life support and the hospital had not declared her dead, if she was not taken off of life support, why did her, that's not making sense. Video, and the daughter's laughing in the video. She's laughing. And so I'm like, what is going on here? So I did not know all of this stuff from her past. So one of the other things that we have to remember is that some of the people who were there when she faked her death the first time were they left. They were gone. And then, because she was a very beautiful young woman. She when I came across her, she was speaking some facts. And so I was like, oh, okay, she's pretty. She I didn't know about the whole baby and all that other stuff. My interactions with her were very brief. And so I'm coming at it from the standpoint of what is really going on here. Is this another elaborate scheme? Like, I don't know, like, you don't know a person. I didn't know all of this about her. But listen, I don't want to take up any more of your time. I really appreciate you. And just in transparency.
Because it actually turned out to be an illuminating conversation. I enjoyed it. My 48 minutes on the phone with you.
And I do.
So if you have,
go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, if you have any other questions, give us a call back. But just to finalize it, yes, it is. Everything is legit, and she actually 100% did pass away. Did I see the body? Yes.
And I actually did see this. I saw a little bit of Tanya TKO's live too. And this was actually apparently who she's on the phone with now is one of the morticians at the funeral home that worked on her. So she's pretty much confirming on their side that Soncerae actually is dead. She actually is gone.
So the answer is yes.
Oh.
So it wasn't a situation where she was picked up by our team. She was cremated by our team. Like, it was legit.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you. And
I remember that there was this content creator, a Black woman, who would use AI images of herself, AI videos of herself. And she is actually a plus size woman, but the AI avatar looked different than what she looks like. And as I went on YouTube to find this person.
That's what I was thinking. Like, is that public? Should that be public knowledge? Should that be public records? Anybody can just call and confirm. I guess so. I guess it ain't no I guess it ain't no, laws against, like, if a funeral home can do that as opposed to like a medical facility or whatever. I didn't think that was. She was at a funeral home in the city I live in. Cause she's in Atlanta. Yeah, I do remember. Yeah, cause and I said that earlier. She had moved to Atlanta. I guess maybe it was about close to 10 years ago. And cause when I was still following her, I remember her, documenting her journey moving from LA to Atlanta. And then when she got to Atlanta, she got with she started dating some dude that was married and got pregnant by him, and then started blasting him because he wouldn't leave his wife. And that's why I was just like, okay, honey, you can't be on here, claiming to be a self-love guru expert and, trying to give all this love and advice to people, and you're not even following your own advice. You're not even practicing what you're preaching. All this stuff about her, like faking her death and stuff like that. I didn't know any of that. And so now the fact that she actually is gone, she actually is deceased, and like I said, ain't nobody talking about it, but that's because don't nobody believe it. Everybody was like, oh, well, she ain't dead. She just faking again. Just like I said, it's the case of the boy crying wolf. And now she actually is gone, and ain't nobody taking the serious. Because like I said, nobody talked about it. I ain't heard O'Shea Duke Jackson talking about it. And apparently they was beefing and going back and forth for a minute. So the fact that he ain't even really talked about it for real. And this is your legacy. This is how you gonna be remembered. Which is very, very sad. Very sad and very fucked up for real. But if she is, man, if she is, hey, may she rest in peace. Condolences to her family and all that.
I remembered, oh, that's right. Her name is Sanseree, and her YouTube channel name is Black Macho. And I go to one of her videos. I noticed that she hadn't posted in a while. I click on one of her videos, and in the comment section, I see RIP. And I'm seeing all of this RIP, rest in peace. And I'm like, huh? And I also see that she hadn't made a video in a couple months.
Yeah, she been.
So then I started to do some digging to figure out is she really gone? And I find out that apparently and allegedly she faked her death before, and I put that in quotations because according to her, she did not fake her death. According to her, she was taking a break from social media, and she admits that it was irresponsible of her, given the fact that she has over 250,000 subscribers on YouTube and many other followers across other platforms. She admits that that was irresponsible. But the Black YouTube space interpreted her being gone and off of social media as her faking her death. And I believe her, as she said, Soncerae said her social media manager, I think, made a post saying that she was gone. Soncerae sounds like she may have known that that post was made and she did not correct said misinformation because she was taking a break from social media. All of this tainted Soncerae's reputation as someone who is not particularly credible. Now, this happened, alleged faking of her death happened a few years ago. And I remember discovering her during the pandemic. This was before I got on YouTube. I would see some of her YouTube shorts from time to time. Her face was just a familiar face. And although I didn't really watch a lot of her content, I knew she was in the love and relationship space. And from time to time, her videos would pop up. I mean, a lot of her videos, the algorithm serves a lot of her videos to Black women and Black men. And she did have a relationship with the Black YouTube space. She has a video with Mumia Obsidian Ali. They did a collab. She also talks about trying to collab with O'Shea Duke Jackson. O'Shea Duke Jackson has a couple of videos about her, if not more.
Oh, he got quite a few.
She did Tonight's Conversation. So she's been in the space, in the love and relationship space. And a lot of people know who she is within the Black YouTube space. And a lot of viewers have seen her. So you all probably do know who she is inadvertently. So my first thought was, why isn't this something, her death, why isn't this something that's more publicized, more known? You know, I get alerts all the time about non-Black YouTubers and TikTokers and various social media personalities when they die. A lot of that stuff, some of it is covered by mainstream entertainment media. So why didn't this get picked up by, any sort of larger news outlet? But more importantly, in Black YouTube, in the space, knowing that she's known, whether people like her or not, whether people agree with her or her views or not, folks know her. Why aren't more YouTubers talking about this? And I say YouTubers because I believe her largest presence was on YouTube.
On YouTube.
I did a search. I could only find a handful, maybe like 2 videos about her death. I did find some videos that were critiquing her death in a negative way. The videos that I found that were neutral, shout out to Tanya TKO. She did an amazing live stream, 4 hours. So I became so invested in this 4-hour live stream. And again, I didn't watch the whole thing, but I did, I was kind of going through her live stream, and the conclusion is that there are people who still believe that Soncerae is not gone. Also, because Soncerae was a master at using AI and various other forms of technology, some people are even questioning, is the obituary even real? Right? All of these things we're reading, the GoFundMe, right? Is this real? How far did she go? Because if she was willing to misrepresent herself in her AI short form content and to be clear, Soncerae talked about this being her art. So she didn't look at it like she was misrepresenting herself, but some people felt like she was. And if you go to her comment section, you'll see people, her followers, her viewers complaining about those AI images. And so it's like, well, if this person would so freely use technology in the way that she would to make herself look different, how do we know that this person is not lying and this whole, how do we know that this is not a hoax? How can we be so sure that she's really gone? Because she allegedly pulled this stunt before.
Twice, apparently.
And as I sit here, as I'm making this video, you know, there's a part of me that believes that she's gone because I went way into the rabbit hole with this whole thing and probably spent way too much time looking into this. And mind you, I was supposed to be making a different video. So I stopped what I was doing to now make this video because I just can't believe that no one is talking about this. And again, my speculation as far as why no one is really talking about it has everything to do with the fact that a lot of people probably don't believe that it's true. They think that it's another hoax. And although I can understand why people would think that, because she has perhaps given people a reason to think that in the past, if this is really true, which I think that it's more than likely is, this is very sad.
All right, so yeah, I think that, yeah, that was the end of that. So oh yeah, that's messed up. That's messed up. That's messed up that, you know, you spent the last decade and some change, you know, building this brand, building up this life for yourself that at a time when she was at her peak, you know, she was, you know, apparently she was on top, you know, she was living a good life. She was living in LA. She was living in LA for it was just her and her daughter, which I believe she's in her 20s now. I think her daughter is like well in her 20s now, and then moved to Atlanta and tried to establish a life there and expand her brand, you know, being, you know, going into Atlanta. But then, like I said, when she got to Atlanta, then that's when all the craziness started, when she, you know, married, you know, got with a married man and had a baby by him, and then she started crashing out over him. And so that's, you know, that's really when everybody was like, okay, you kind of, you doing too much now. Because how you gonna sit up here and tell somebody, you know, how they need to live their life and what they need to do, and like I said before, you not doing none of the stuff that you are preaching about. You're not practicing what you preach. So now your followers, your audience ain't gonna take you serious. Your credibility is shot, and I guess. And I think maybe from all of that, from all of the backlash and the bullying that she got from doing that, because then she was on there blasting the wife, talking about the wife. I'm like, girl, what's going on? What is you doing? So I guess from all the backlash that she got from that, then she figured, okay, well, I'll just get off YouTube for a while, take a break from social media. Then nobody see her for like 4 or 5 months. And so then the narrative got pushed by her social media team. According to her, unbeknownst to her, her social media team put it out there that she had passed away. But she never said anything. She never confirmed it or denied it. She never came online and say, hey, it's not true, I'm here. She just let that narrative ride, and then all of a sudden just popped back up on the videos one day and didn't really acknowledge it or say anything other than it's not true. And what my social media team did this and I didn't know. And like, girl, you knew. Even though you wasn't on social media, you still on social media. So you know if it's being put out there that you're deceased and you know that you're not, somebody is going to call and check and confirm. Even if you didn't see it, somebody gonna be like, hey man, I just seen that you dead. You all right? I'm just making sure. So yeah, and the fact that you knew all of that and you never came out and really said anything. So yeah, everybody gonna go with the narrative that you apparently quote unquote faked your demise. And so now that it looked like that it actually might be real this time and she actually is gone, she actually is deceased, now nobody believe you. Now everybody still think that it's fake. And they were like, oh well, she'll pop back up. But no, I think it might be real this time, because like I said, this time her daughter actually came onto her channel and posted that video. And I seen that video. And then Tanya TKO was sitting up there talking about how she was laughing and she had the dates wrong and stuff like that. And well, how can they declare her? Well, how could she go on here and say that she's dead if they never declared her deceased? But my thing is this: when she posted that video, she might not have been dead yet, but she might have been on her way. And still, that's a lot to process. That is, you have to imagine what your mindset would be at that point in time when you about to lose your mama. Your mama has been in a coma. I think at that point, because I think when they found her, I know, because this was all right at the beginning of the year, in the beginning of January. When they found her, I think that may have been like January 10th. I think when they found her, I think that's what the girl said on the video, what her daughter said. They found her on January 10th. So by the time she posted that video, that was January 13th. She had, I guess, been in a coma for all that time, and pretty much the doctors had already pretty much been keeping her updated. Like, look, she ain't got no brain activity, ain't no oxygen. She was deprived of oxygen for about 10 to 12 hours at that point. And if she does have a chance in surviving this, then they told the daughter and the family, if she actually does have a chance in surviving this, she's gonna be a vegetable for the rest of her life. So you're having to process all of that, and nobody knows what's going on. So yeah, she took that responsibility to go onto her channel, to go and post that video on her channel that her mother was dying. Her mother had passed away or was getting ready to pass away or whatever. So the laughing and the chuckling that she did, I really just think that that's just her still just really trying to process what's going on. You just imagine how it is like when you having to tell somebody, like, you know, when you tell somebody that somebody died, you know, telling one of your friends that, you know, one of y'all homies died, and you telling them that, but you're still trying to process in your head like, no, they don't even sound right. It's not even sounding right coming out of your mouth. And you telling them, and you just like, yeah, man, she gone. It's crazy. You can't believe it. The girl was in shock. The girl is in shock. Her mother is gone. She's having to process and face the fact that her mother is not coming back. And now she has to be left with the responsibility in caring for her 7 or 8 year old autistic little brother. Now, that's a lot to process in a very short period of time. And so I can understand, I guess, you know, Tanya TKO's sentiment on that. Like, maybe that's not something that you would do, but everybody's gonna process shit a little bit different. So like I said, if it's true, if it is indeed true that Soncerae is no longer with us, which at this point I am compelled to believe that it might be, you know, condolences to her family. May she rest in peace and all of that. Hopefully her soul is at rest and at peace much more than it was when she was here. And if it's not true and she just hiding in the bushes and just waiting to come out, look, that's between her and the God that she serves. But it's messed up. That's just messed up. That's messed up. Somebody asked, how did she die? She had a heart attack. They said that she had a heart attack. She had a heart attack. She was alone apparently when she had the heart attack, and so by the time she got found, it had been hours, I guess hours after the fact when she got found. So of course, you being unresponsive all that time, you're not breathing, there's no oxygen going to your brain, so pretty much it, once you go, you know, X amount of time and with no oxygen going to your brain, yeah, they're pretty much, that's gonna kill you right there. So by the time she got found and got taken to the hospital, and you know, they, you know, putting her on life support, they pretty much, you know, I think she was in that coma for like 3 days, and they was like, yeah, she ain't coming out of this. She ain't coming out of this. And if she do come out of this, it ain't gonna be, it's not gonna be no full recovery. She's gonna be a vegetable. So y'all need to make some decisions on what y'all got to do. So yeah, that's pretty much what happened with that. That's pretty much what happened. If, like I said, if she gone, then God bless her. God bless her. God bless her family.